Giving all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, and it's a sincere shalom to the Akim that's out there pushing in sincerity and the truth and sound doctrine. It's going to be a really quick video. I just scroll past the video of one of those black versus white videos or whatever. One thing I don't understand about this whole black versus white thing when it comes to these videos is that you'll have people come up to us and sit up there and say, well, that's your interpretation of what the Bible says about nations and nationalities of people and there being a chosen people of the Most High. That's only your interpretation. But yet you're free to sit up here and do these videos. They're damn sure not lessons. To do these videos, sit up there and say, see, another black man got shot on a white person, swung on a black person or whatever. And the whole time it may not have had even been anything about race. You know what I'm saying? Race probably wasn't even a subject of that. You know what I'm saying? But here comes YouTube and here comes social media talking to make it a whole black and white thing. But when we sit up there and say this thing is only for the Israelites, you have a problem. It's our interpretation all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? When media is everybody's interpretation, everybody's own interpretation. You know what I'm saying? But you won't have it. You don't have an issue with media, but you have an issue with what we preach, what we teach. You know what I'm saying? So the video that I had scrolled past, it said something like a white man has swung on two black lifeguards. You know, it's just like that shit had nothing to do with race, but y'all made it like that. But here's the thing, man. How long are y'all? What's it going to take y'all, man? You know, well, we know what's going to take y'all. So for Jake to wake up out this delusion as to thinking that these other nations like you. You know what I'm saying? They keep showing you that they don't like you, and here you are fighting tooth and nail with us, saying that we're supposed to love everybody. You know what I'm saying? Those small-headed cheap suits over there in Israel can sit up there and say, well, y'all the Gentiles, so you gotta come to us. You gotta bow down to us. And they even have videos of other nations bowing down to them, and everybody on the comment board is praising that, man. Everybody on the comment board is praising that. But if we did something like that, it would have been like for example, some years ago, and I'm sure the video is still up. I could probably search it out right now, it'll pop up. Right? Some years ago, we had two Edomite women, bow down to us, man. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, there's so many hateful ass comments on there, man. But you go to look at that video with these damn heathens bowing down to those small-headed cheap suits over there. You know who I'm talking about the small-headed cheap suits. You know who I'm talking about, right? Then even our own people would get on there and praise that and say, yeah, we're gonna have to bow down to them. It's a problem. It's a problem when we say stuff like that, man. You know? And they're constantly showing you that they don't like you and you love it. But we tell you that they don't like you, you hate it. Right? We tell you these heathens ain't for you. These heathens don't like you. You're gonna keep being mistreated by the heathen, man. You know what I'm saying? And part of being mistreated by the heathen are these prices, your bills. That's part of being mistreated. And you people absolutely love it, man. You love it here. Right? You absolutely love it here. Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. And this further proves, man, that we're not no fucking new covenant, man. You know what I'm saying? That further proves that we're not no new covenant. Right? We have every other nation over us right now, man. And you sit up there telling me we're in a new covenant. You throw on garments and run out there and say that we're in a new covenant. Anybody believing in that we're in a new covenant shouldn't be walking the street, man. Something is really wrong with you. Whenever you have to pay, you're struggling to pay bills and you're struggling to do these things, and you're still believing that we're in a new covenant, man, you have a serious mental illness, right? So it says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." Obviously, this is not your rest, man. And this is what we tell you, so-called Black, Latino, and Native American people, man. Right? That these Edomites, they're not your friends. Okay, they're not your friends. Right? All these damn Edomites out here, man. They're not your friends. Okay. These Ishmaelites, these Moabites, and and whoever else, man, they're not your friends, and you're not the same as them, man. Right? You're not. So y'all have a problem with us saying that you're a chosen people. Well, no. See, that's your interpretation. That's how you see the Bible, and it's like, how is that when all we're doing is reading out of it? We had somebody come up to us with that shit yesterday, but we didn't really get a chance to deal with them because we were dealing with somebody else. So, it just gets a little rowdy, a little confusing sometimes when you have two people trying to push two different things and shit. So we had to put the one on hold, which obviously he wasn't going to stand around and wait. He just kept shaking his head, and then he rode off on his bike or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, because he was going to get destroyed any damn way. You know what I'm saying? Through the spirit of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Like, read it for yourself. This is not how we see the Bible. So arising and depart, for this is not your rest, right? Is that my interpretation by saying that this talking about arising and departing from this place, arising and departing from the world, right? John 15:18, if the world hates you, know that it hated me before it hated you. Is that my interpretation, or is that what it says? I mean, we literally let people read it for themselves, so they don't think that we just throwing shit in there, just adding on to the scripture. We not adding on to it. That's just what it says. That's just what it says. And then you got to be spiritual to really understand the Bible. You can't read the Bible and think you understood the Bible. A lot of people think Genesis 1:1 is talking about the Most High God. No, that's not talking about the Most High God creating the earth. No, that's not talking about the Most High God, right? A lot of people think Revelation 13, when it talks about the dragon with the heads and the horns, they actually think it's talking about a actual dragon. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not talking about an actual dragon. See, that's why you got to be spiritual to understand this thing, man. Okay? And then once you understand this, then you will know that, oh yeah, okay, yeah, these devils are definitely not our friends. And then that makes you behave differently. It makes you live differently. It makes you live smarter, because now okay, yeah, these devils are definitely not for me. They're definitely not looking out for me. So okay, now here's what I gotta do. This truth is the truth is the only answer, man. This is literally the only answer. There is nothing else, man. There is nothing else for us. This is the only answer. This answers everything. This answers all questions. This is why you will never, ever, ever hear us come out our mouth and say, man, why the hell are black people going through this? We already know why the hell black people going through this. So-called black. We already know. We don't need to ask that. You will never, ever hear us ask that ever again, because we know the answer. It's because so-called black people deserve it. Right? Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Now here's the thing, man. Holy. See, when we tell you people that, that's your interpretation. You know what I'm saying? We get dumbass answers like that. Well, that's your interpretation. Right? We tell you that God, the Most High God, has a favorite people, holy, being set apart. Right? Holy, being set apart. This is why you have the Holy Bible, because it's not like any other. See, that proves that in the title, the Holy Bible. Right? The Holy Bible, and even in its title, it tells you that you can't read this like a regular chapter book, because it's holy, is set apart from these average textbooks, chapter books, or whatever that you'll read from story to story or whatever. You know, you can't read this book like that. Especially when you piece things together, you have to so-called pick and choose. You're kind of forced to pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? To fit that narrative to the subject. It ain't us fitting the narrative. It ain't us trying to fit the narrative. It's what the subject is all about. And then you have to pull out scriptures to piece it all together. Anybody that truly understands the Bible would know that. Okay. So let's say you're talking about, I don't know, 2/3. There are several scriptures in the Bible that talk about, you know, 2/3. You know what I'm saying? But these are different. These are all different ones, but it's fitting that same subject. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this whole thing about picking and choosing scriptures, you have to, and Christians do it. You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden, when we do it to back up with what we speaking about, it's a problem. Everything the Hebrew Israelites do is going to be a problem, right? This is why you have people come up to us and immediately, you know, think, you know, they just immediately just don't like us, right? We still don't even know if this guy was an Edomite, but the dude that we was dealing with first told an Edomite looking guy that had came up, you better leave. They don't like you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now why would you do something like that? Only a demonic ass nigga, man. And this is what we be talking about, man. Niggas are the worst creatures walking the planet right now, besides Esau. Right? Niggas are literally the worst creatures walking the planet. There is nothing you could do for Jake. There's nothing you can do for. This is why we only concerned about the elect of Israel. That's it, man. The rest of y'all, man, y'all pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a demonic ass nigga, of course he would do something like that. And this is why we had to shut him down real fast. And you can thank these other Israelite groups that push that shit with that skin color BS. You can thank these other groups for that. Okay? Anyway, it says, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So, what is holy? Special, set apart, unique. Right? Holy. Unique. So, you know, it's the Lord, man, is going to show you people, you so-called Black Latino Native American people out there, man. He can show y'all that these Edomites, man, they not for y'all for a damn thing, man. He get ready to show y'all that. Giving all praise, honor, glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, Shalom.